Hey everyone, welcome back to another After Effects tutorial. Before we dive in, I just want to say a huge thank you for all the support on the last video. It really means a lot. Today, we're going to create a dynamic rolling text animation in After Effects. It's a super cool effect, so let's take a quick look at what we will create. Let's get started. Open After Effects, create a new composition, and name it text. Set width and height, frame rate will be 30 and 6 seconds duration, and hit OK. Select Text tool and type the first letter of your text. Align it to the center and change the color to the white. Now pre-compose the layer, and I'll name it D. Hit OK. Double-click on the pre-composed layer. It will open the layer. Now click on this region of interest icon and create a rectangle around the letter. Then go to the composition and click on Crop Comp to region of interest. Now select the letter layer in the project window and duplicate it, and press Enter to rename it, and name it on the second letter of your text. Then double-click on this layer and it will open this layer. And now change this letter into second letter your text. Again, select this layer in project window and make duplicate of it. Hit Enter to rename and name it on the third letter of your text. Now double-click on it and here change letter. Here letter is not fitting in comp properly, so go to the composition settings and increase width. Hit OK. Again, select this layer in project window and make duplicate of it. Rename it. Double-click to open and change letter. Do the same and make every letter of text. Now we have all letters of our text, which is dynamic. Now close this letter comps from the timeline by clicking on the cut icon. Now type text here. Align it to the center and make it red. And place it below this text layer. Now select this layer and align its position like this. Select all the rest of the layer in the project window and drag it to the timeline. And place all layers according to text letters. And set the letter position like this. Now we don't need this text layer, so hide it. Select this top layer and add an effect CC Repeato to it. And increase the expand up amount. We can't see the repetition of this letter, so we will increase the height of composition. Now increase the expand up amount. And copy this and paste it in expand down. Now copy this effect. Select the rest of the letters and paste it. Now make the composition height same as before. Select this rectangle tool, click on Fill, and set opacity to the 40. Now draw a rectangle like this. Go to the Fill and set opacity to 100. Select all letter layers and set the track matte to shape layer. Now select first, third, fifth, and seventh letters and press P. Then click on the stopwatch icon to add keyframes. Go to the 3-second and click on the keyframe here. Now come back to 0 frame and increase Y amount. To move down these letters, hit U to minimize the layers. Now select the 2nd, 4th, 6th letters and press P. Then click on the stopwatch to add keyframes. Go to the 3-second and add keyframe. Come to the 0 frame, decrease Y amount to move up these ladders. Now deselect all layers and hit U to reveal all keyframes. Select all keyframes, right-click and easy ease them. Go to the graph editor and tweak graph like this. Let's make it better. Drag these layers forward randomly. Select all letter layers and hit U to reveal keyframes. Then select last keyframes. Hold Alt and drag keyframes like this. Now this is looking good. Let's create a new comp, name it render, and I'll make it 5 seconds long. Drag text layer to the timeline. And if you can't see transform controls in the viewport, press Ctrl-Shift-H. Now make it smaller. Double-click on the rectangle to fill the frame. Place it below the text layer and change color to white. Select text layer and add fill effect to it. And give it the color you want. Go to the 15 frame, select both layers and press Ctrl-Shift-D to split the layers into 2 parts. Go 6 frame forward. Hit Ctrl-Shift-D again. Now select middle text layer and change its color. Select this rectangle. Click on Fill, then click here to make it gradient. Now place these points here, and this one here, and change colors. Make this text layer bigger. Click on this icon or press Y. Then drag this pre-composed layer like this. Now select this layer and change its color. And select this text layer and add gradient ramp to it. And remove fill effect. Change this to radial ramp and move this one here and this one here. Change colors. Make it a bit bigger. Select middle text layer and click on this rectangle tool and create a mask like this. Open mask and unlink this and increase feather for Y-axis. Let's create a new comp, name it corner, and height and width will be 1080 by 1080. Hit OK. Double-click on rectangle. Change its color. Duplicate it. Press P and enter 650 for X position. Maybe 750. Enter same value for Y position too. Set second layer's track matte to first layer and click here to invert. Here we have this type of shape. Let's get back to render comp. Drag this corner layer to the timeline. Place the time indicator here and press the open square bracket on the keyboard. Let's change layer's color. Now hit S and enter a low amount for scale property. Hit P and place it here like this. Duplicate it. Press R and rotate it by 90 degrees, then press P and move it here. Again duplicate it, press R and add 90 degrees in rotation property, then press P and move it here. Again duplicate it, press R and 90 degrees, and place it here. Now select all corner layers and make duplicate. Place it above this text layer. Go to the 0 frame, hit open square bracket. Place time indicator here and hit Alt plus close square bracket to trim the right part. Now add null object. And parent this layers with null. Hit S and adjust its size. Select this 4 layers and add fill effect to them. And change color to the black. Select null object and trim the right part. And add keyframe. Go to 0 frame and add keyframe. Go to the second keyframe and make it a bit bigger. Select both the keyframes, hit F9 to easy ease. Then go to the graph editor and tweak graph like this. Nice. Let's trim these layers one by one. And it will reveal one by one. Now select this 4 corners and parent it with this text layer. Select this text layer, press S, and add keyframe here. Go to end of this layer and add keyframe, and make it smaller. Select both the keyframes and hit F9 to easy ease them. Go to the graph editor and tweak graph like this. Select this text layer, press S and add keyframe. Go to 2 seconds. Add keyframe. Come to the first keyframe and make it bigger. Select both the keyframes and hit F9. Go to the graph editor and tweak graph like this. Looking nice. Now add new adjustment layer. Trim left part and go 1 frame forward and trim right part. We need only 1 frame. Place it here. And add invert effect. Add hue and saturation effect and set master saturation to -100. And add 1 more curves effect. And drag it up to give contrast. Now duplicate this and place it here. And make curve like this. Duplicate again and move it 2 frames forward. Make one more duplicate and place here. And expand layer duration. Remove all effects. Let's end this layer here. And add glow effect. And set glow radius to 85. Make one more duplicate of it, remove glow effect, and add CC lens effect. Increase size and lower the convergence amount. And add keyframe. Hit U and move this keyframe here. Go to 2 frame forward and add keyframe. Again, go 2 frame forward and add keyframe. Go 2 frame forward and set it to 0. Set 0 for this keyframe too. Move this layer forward. Select all keyframes, hit F9. Go to the graph editor and tweak graph like this. Go to the one of this keyframe. Select both middle keyframe and increase convergence amount. Looks good. Here, text does not stop rolling. I want to stop them at 2 seconds. Select text layer. Right-click, go to the time, and enable time remapping. Add keyframe at starting of this layer. And add keyframe where rolling stops. Then place this second keyframe at 2 seconds. Nice. Select this corner layer, hit T for opacity, and set it to 0. Add keyframe, go 2 frames forward, and set to 100. Select both keyframes, right-click and click on Toggle Hold Keyframe. Copy both keyframes, go 2 frames forward and paste it. Again, go forward and paste. Select all keyframes and copy it. Go to the starting of this layer, select rest of 3 corner layers and paste keyframes. Move these layers randomly. And here's the animation is completed. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated on future videos. Drop your questions or feedback in the comments. See you next time.